journalists insist that they have the right to choose the headline. But you should not choose headlines that berate the entire interview you've had. It's so unfair. How can I say that when somebody disagrees with me, it means that person is narrow-minded? My argument was that if we discuss the matter based on cost, it will be narrow. And that we should look at the wider spectrum, that the real focus should be on road safety. That as long as vehicles remain on the road, disabled vehicles remain on the road, whatever action else you take will not achieve results. That was the focus of the discussion. And so to suggest that somebody, I mean, if you listen, the whole thing is, I have not heard anybody saying it is not good to remove disabled vehicles. I've not heard anybody say that the approach is to use heavy duty. The only disagreement is on, one, whether it is the owner or the driver of the vehicle who should pay, or we should contribute to a fund. I even said that if the name of Zoom Lion, which evokes some memories, unpleasant memories, are clogging the problem, remove that name. Incidentally, I've not heard any of them mention that, because that is not their interest. You know, and all the discussion I've seen, it is that Zoom Lion, why are you paying all the money to that person? The cost is high. My position is clear. When it comes to cost, we can negotiate, because people must know the true cost of providing that service. If you pay less, the service will collapse. If we pay the true cost, it will be sustainable. Now, if your problem is with the company, put that company aside, but bring on those who have the capacity to do that. Beyond that, the only other disagreement is whether I should pay when my vehicle breaks down, or we should contribute into a fund from which we will finance that exercise. And my position is clear. Since 2012, I've not changed my position, that if you leave it to the vehicle owner, vehicles will not be removed and people will die. That position, I've been consistent, and I'll continue to support that, because I've seen the other side implemented and fail. I've seen the hope that we should prosecute those whose vehicles break down, and we have done that. It hasn't changed anything, because the disabled vehicle will still be there. The challenge really is, how do we make sure that that person's failure to remove his disabled vehicles does not constitute a danger to me? That's all. There are different approaches. This is the position I take. You're entitled to your view. I think at this point, it is sharing views. So how can I call somebody else's view narrow? What I'm saying is, or somebody narrow-minded, please watch that. When you say somebody is narrow-minded, it's insulting. But I can say your view is narrow because it's not taking cognizance of all the issues. And I insist that if you focus on only the cost and you leave out the road safety part, whether or not you are guilty of the vehicle breaking, whether or not your vehicle will ever break down, you are at risk. For me, that is the wider question we must all look at.